Are you sitting down? What I'm about to share with you could completely transform your financial future. The Social Security Administration has just made a game-changing announcement, a historic permanent increase to your monthly benefits, and the new figures are in. This isn't a one-time stimulus check or a temporary boost. No, this is a locked-in raise that will compound for the rest of your life. In this guide, we're going to walk you through exactly what this means for you, break down the new average monthly payment, and help you understand what your specific increase will be. We're talking about a significant bump, potentially hundreds, if not thousands of extra dollars in your pocket each year. But that's not all. We're also going to uncover some hidden details that you won't hear elsewhere. For example, how will this affect your Medicare premiums? What does it mean for those of you who haven't started collecting benefits yet? And how can you make sure you're getting every penny you're entitled to? The information here is absolutely crucial for anyone receiving or planning to receive Social Security benefits. Don't miss out on what you're owed if you want to be well-informed and empowered to take control of your financial future. Stay with us. You heard that right. This isn't a temporary windfall or a political promise. It's a historic permanent increase to your Social Security benefits. For years, we've heard about cost of living adjustments that barely made a dent in our rapidly rising expenses. Those small boosts barely kept pace with the cost of groceries, gas, and utilities. But today, what we're talking about is fundamentally different. This is a structural change, a recalculation that creates a significantly higher baseline for your benefits moving forward. It's not just about inflation adjustments. It's about a much-needed recognition of the financial pressures faced by seniors and disabled individuals across the country. We've spent weeks combing through official releases, consulting financial experts, and breaking down the numbers so you don't have to. Now, we're laying it all out for you. No confusing charts or jargon, just the straight facts about the new money you're going to see in your bank account. So, where's all of this money coming from? You might be skeptical, and honestly, you should be. We've been promised things before, only for them to fall through. But this increase is different. It's rooted in the very formula the Social Security Administration uses to calculate your benefits. As you know, the annual cost of living adjustment is typically based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which measures the average change in prices for a basket of goods and services. For years, advocates have argued that this index doesn't accurately reflect the spending habits of seniors. Retirees tend to spend a much larger portion of their income on health care, and that index simply doesn't account for that enough. This has led to years of adjustments that felt underwhelming because they were based on a flawed measure of your actual cost of living. Think about it. When was the last time your prescription costs went up at the same rate as the cost of a new smartphone or a flat-screen TV? Never. Healthcare costs have been skyrocketing way faster than general consumer goods, but the old formula just didn't capture that reality. But now a new provision has been passed into law that adjusts this formula. It incorporates a new, more heavily weighted index that focuses on the expenses that disproportionately affect older Americans. This new calculation is now permanently baked into the Social Security framework. It's a monumental shift that acknowledges your reality. This isn't a temporary stimulus. This is a course correction that's been long overdue. It's a recognition that the previous system was failing to keep up with the economic realities seniors face every day. Finally, someone in Washington listened to what you've been saying for decades. Now let's talk numbers, the part you've been waiting for. What does this historic increase actually look like? Since this is a permanent recalculation, the impact is significant. We've crunched the numbers and the results are staggering. For example, let's take an average retiree who was previously receiving around $1,800 per month. Under the old system, a decent adjustment might have added $50 or $60, enough to help a little, but not life-changing. Maybe it covered an extra grocery run or two, but that's about it. With the new permanent increase, that same individual is now looking at a monthly payment closer to $2,100. That's an extra $300 per month. That's $3,600 more dollars per year. Think about what that could mean for you. Maybe it's enough to cover your property taxes. Maybe it's a cushion for unexpected home or car repairs. Maybe it's the freedom to visit your grandchildren without worrying about the cost of airfare. This increase gives you breathing room and reduces the financial stress that so many retirees feel every day. And frankly, that peace of mind is priceless. Let's consider another scenario. Imagine a married couple where one spouse is receiving a spousal benefit. Let's say the primary earner is getting $2,200 per month, and the spouse is receiving half, giving them a total of $3,300 in household income from Social Security. With this permanent adjustment, their combined income could easily surge to over $3,800 a month. That's an additional $500 every month. For millions of couples who have been meticulously budgeting, counting every penny, and still falling short, this increase could be a massive financial relief. But here's the most important part. This increase is locked in for life. The new higher amount becomes your new benefit base. So when next year's cost of living adjustment is calculated, it will be applied to this higher base. Your benefits won't just catch up. They'll start compounding from a much stronger position. It's a snowball effect, ensuring that your financial security grows, better protecting you against inflation for the rest of your life. This is the long-term security that the Social Security program was always intended to provide, and now it's finally becoming a reality. After years of feeling like you're slipping further and further behind, you're finally getting the breathing room you deserve. However, with any major change in federal benefits, there are important details that can affect how much of this increase you actually get to keep. One of the key factors you need to understand is how this increase will impact your Medicare premiums. For most people, Medicare Part B premiums are automatically deducted from their Social Security check. Now, because this increase in benefits is so significant, it could push some people into a higher income bracket, triggering the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or EMA. This is an extra charge for those with higher incomes, and it could impact how much you pay for Medicare. But there's some good news. For most people, the hold harmless provision will protect them. This rule ensures that your Social Security check won't be reduced by increased Medicare premiums. However, because the increase in benefits is so substantial, more people could find themselves crossing those income thresholds, which means they could face higher Part B premiums as a result. It's critical to understand how this adjustment works so you're not caught off guard when you see your first check with the new amount. And if you've experienced a life-changing event like retirement or the loss of a spouse, you may be able to appeal that determination. The Social Security Administration has a process for reviewing IRMA calculations, especially if your income has dropped significantly from 2 years ago, which is what they use to determine your premiums. Don't just assume you're stuck with a higher premium. Check your eligibility for a reconsideration. Another important consideration is taxes. Yes, unfortunately, your Social Security benefits can be taxable. The Internal Revenue Service uses a formula called your combined income to determine whether your benefits will be taxed. If you file as an individual and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, you could pay taxes on up to 50% of your Social Security benefits. If your combined income exceeds $34,000, up to 85% of your benefits may be taxable. For couples filing jointly, the thresholds are slightly higher, starting at $32,000 and $44,000 respectively. This is an important financial planning consideration. With this new increase, more people could find themselves paying taxes on their Social Security benefits for the first time. And for those already paying, a larger portion of their benefits may be taxed. It may be a good idea to consult with a tax professional to see if it makes sense to withhold taxes from your monthly benefits to avoid any surprises come tax season. The last thing you want is to get hit with a big tax bill in April because you weren't prepared. A little planning now can save you a lot of stress later. Now, for those of you already receiving benefits, you're probably wondering when this increase will hit your bank account. The Social Security Administration is rolling out these changes over the next few months, and the timing will depend on your payment schedule, which is typically based on your birthday. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month, you usually get paid on the 2nd Wednesday. Born between the 11th and 20th, 3rd Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and 31st, you get paid on the 4th Wednesday. The best way to check your specific payment details is to visit the official Social Security website and log into your personal account. This cannot be stressed enough. Do not trust phone calls, emails, or text messages claiming to be from the Social Security Administration. Scammers will be looking to take advantage of this news. They may try to convince you that you need to pay a fee or provide personal information to unlock your new benefit amount. This is a scam. The increase is automatic, and you will never need to pay anything to receive it. The only place to get accurate information is the official government website or your local Social Security office. If you get a call or email, ignore it. Just go directly to ssa.gov yourself. For those on the cusp of retirement, say in your early to mid-60s, this new increase changes the calculus when it comes to deciding when to claim your benefits. This decision has always been tricky. Claim early at 62 and accept a reduced benefit for life. Claim at full retirement age, usually somewhere between 66 and 67, depending on when you were born, or wait until 70 for the maximum monthly amount. Each option has its pros and cons, and financial advisors have spent years helping people figure out which strategy makes the most sense. With this new increase, claiming early could actually be more attractive than before because the reduced amount you would receive is now based on a much higher starting point. So even though you're taking a reduction for claiming early, that reduction is applied to a bigger number, which means you're still getting more money than you would have under the old system. And for those waiting until age 70, your delayed retirement credits will be applied to this new higher benefit amount, resulting in a much larger monthly check. If you were already planning to wait, this makes that decision even sweeter because you're going to see a really substantial payout. Now, if you're receiving Social Security disability insurance or supplemental security income, this announcement is great news for you too. Disability recipients are tied to the same system as retirees, so you'll see the same permanent increase. For supplemental security income recipients, the situation is slightly different, but you'll still see an increase in your federal benefit rate thanks to the political pressure that led to this change. This isn't just a policy shift. It's a victory for millions of disabled Americans, recognizing that those who can't work shouldn't have to live in poverty. For those receiving both disability and supplemental income, be aware that an increase in your disability benefit could potentially reduce your supplemental payment since SSI is means tested and based on your total income. But because the disability increase is so significant, most people will still see a net gain. The math works out in your favor. You're not going to lose money here. The increase in disability benefits is substantial enough that even if your SSI gets reduced a bit, you're still coming out ahead overall. Finally, we need to address a crucial issue: protecting your benefits. Scammers will be targeting you in full force, using sophisticated tactics to steal your information. They might email, call, or text you pretending to be from the Social Security Administration, claiming that you need to verify your information to unlock your new benefits. Some of these scams are really convincing. They might have fake websites that look almost identical to the real SSA site. They might know your name and part of your Social Security number. They might sound official and urgent. Remember, the Social Security Administration will never contact you like this. They will never call you out of the blue asking for your Social Security number or banking information. They will never threaten to suspend your benefits if you don't act immediately. And they will never ask you to pay a fee to receive your benefits. The increase is automatic. Always go directly to the official website for official information. Type ssa.gov into your browser yourself. Don't click on links in emails or text messages. This change is monumental, but it's also one that comes with new responsibilities. By staying informed and vigilant, you can ensure that you're getting the most out of your Social Security benefits and that your financial future remains secure. This is the moment you've been waiting for. After years of feeling like the system wasn't working for you, after years of watching your purchasing power shrink despite those small annual adjustments, this is finally the big win you deserve. Take a moment to let that sink in. Your monthly check is about to get significantly bigger, and that increase is permanent. It's going to compound year after year. This is real money that's going to make a real difference in your life. So congratulations. This is your moment. Enjoy it, plan for it, and make the most of it.